Hello and welcome to Launching the Pilot with your hosts Brian and Moose.
Hello and welcome to Launching the Pilot, episode 203. This time I'm joined by Moose and we're talking about the Ghost and Mrs Muir.
Hello.
So I've got 2 seasons, 68 to 70.
Mm-hmm.
Hope Lang as Carolyn Muir.
Yep. And Edward Mulhare
As
good old Devon from Knight Rider.
That's him, that's the one. Captain Daniel Gregg.
Yeah.
And various kids and housekeeper.
And various kids and
staff. We don't mention the staff. And Scruffy the dog.
Oh, they all play an important role, though.
Yes, I suppose they do. Now, it starts off with just a guy driving up to a house in his car.
Mm-hmm.
And
a gloomy night on a coastal road, yeah.
Yes, and it looks quite spooky, and he looks spooked as he goes through this cobwebbed house.
Yeah, he goes there and goes into another room, and right away on the wall is a big painting of a sea captain.
Yes, and he waves to the picture, and he says out loud, "I've leased the house," and then we get thunder and lightning, and
things start moving around.
Yeah, thunder, lightning. It's also frightening.
I've leased the house.
It's the only way I can meet the taxes. I'm doing it for you. If they seize the property, they'll tear the house down. The bottom's dropped out of the real estate market. I was lucky that I was able to work out the entire transaction by mail. Mrs Muir of Philadelphia, a widow, with a housekeeper and 2 small children.
It's funny. He goes into the next room, and oh my gosh, look at that! I go ahead and podcast, and then right away my dogs start barking in the background. That's all I needed. But he goes into the next room, and he looks up, and he starts talking to the ghost, and the door creaks open.
Yes. And
it looks to me, it's scary. It looks like a scene from A Stranger in the House. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I remember.
Oh, the movie where they're like, get out of the house. He's in the house.
Oh, right. Isn't that all horror films?
Oh, boy. Oh, well.
You see dusty footprints suddenly appear.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And of course,
meanwhile, I'm sorry.
No, he asked you just to say he faints.
Well, he's actually yammering on, saying that he had to lease the house.
Yeah.
Because they're going to tear the house down because he can't pay the taxes, so he had to lease the house to this Mrs. Muir from Philadelphia and her family.
Yeah, and he does faint though, and he gets a jug of water in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a rather long intro.
Yep. And we haven't seen him yet, but in the intro they show him.
Show it's right there, isn't he?
Yeah. Doing a lot of looking out the window at everybody with his telescope.
Yeah, he's a bit pervy. And we get a station wagon.
It was another time. It was the
60s. It was okay then.
Yeah, fine.
If you want to look at someone through your telescope, it was fine.
Perfectly fine.
Now the station wagon pulls up, and I'm guessing this is Miss Muir, or Muir. And she loves the look of the house. And I've got is it Claymore? He turns up.
Yeah, Claymore Gregg.
Yeah,
played by Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh, if you say so.
Oh my God! Go ahead.
He says he wants to check. He wants to give her a check back, and the housekeeper says, "Oh, that's very nice, welcome." Because the housekeeper isn't enthralled with the house, is she?
Right. Oh yeah. She's not too happy.
She thinks it's creepy. Yeah, a lone coastal road, and it's not the place she wants to be. But
no,
Mrs. Muir is all for it.
She loves it. Yeah,
she loves it. She really does. I've got written in my notes. She loves it.
but Claymore right there, the guy, Claymore Gregg, he's like, no, you don't want this house. He doesn't want her to stay there because, he knows it's haunted.
He's desperate. Desperate to talk her out of it.
Yeah.
Mrs. Muir, Mrs. Muir. Oh, I'm Claymore Craig, your real estate agent.
How do you do? We love the house.
Oh, here's your check back.
What a wonderful housewarming gift. Take it.
Gregg, I don't understand.
Well, I've taken the house off the market. There's no deal.
You have a better offer?
Oh, no, that isn't it at all, Mrs. Muir.
Well, I can't pay anymore, and besides that, I have signed a lease.
But I simply cannot let you move into this house.
But why?
Well, for one thing, it's terribly isolated.
Well, that's perfect. I'm a writer.
No, but it wouldn't be safe for 2 women and 2 small children.
We have a dog.
Really, Mrs. Muir, you won't be happy here. The house is in very bad repair.
And and she says, "Who's that handsome? Who's that picture on the wall?" And he says, "That's his great uncle's picture."
Yeah, it's his great uncle, Captain Daniel Craig.
Yeah, was it Daniel Craig? Daniel Craig.
Yep.
It weren't Bond, was it?
Oh. No. But he, she makes some nice comments about him. Says how handsome he is.
Yeah, and how nice the house is, and
yes.
What great taste it is. But her son Jonathan says the captain doesn't like them.
No. Oh yeah, we skipped that. That's like out of a scary movie.
Yeah.
They come in, and when he goes up the stairs, the camera's on him, and the door creaks open. Something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I think they're saying, "Oh no, he died before we were even born." He's not here anymore. Yeah. Oh,
I know. That's what he told me.
What a magnificent man.
Who is it?
The original owner of Gull Cottage, my great uncle, Captain Daniel Gregg.
He's very handsome.
Handsome is as handsome does, Mrs. Muir.
I'm sure Captain Gregg did very handsomely.
Maybe he'd like some fresh air.
Look, a window seat. I love this house.
I'm going to paint these walls sea green. What do you think of him, Jonathan?
I don't think he likes us.
He's not alive anymore, darling. He died before any of us were born.
I know. He told me.
What?
He likes to pretend.
The captain said he wants to see the blasted house ship-shape and Bristol fashion.
now she goes down to look at the rooms, doesn't she? And she says, "Oh, this is lovely kids' bedroom." And the and he had no children, did he? The captain.
No.
And then she goes into the captain's room, and it's done out very nautical-like.
Yep.
You think
very nice.
You think he'd have a houseboat? I don't know.
It nearly is.
Yeah, almost everything. It's got a steering wheel and everything. And she notices everything's dusty and dirty apart from the telescope. There's not a speck of dust on it.
Yeah, somebody's taking care of that telescope.
And as she looks out the window, the telescope swings around and hits the grand.
It's Claymore, yeah.
Hits Claymore in the head, and you can see that's the first glimpse you get of the ghost, isn't it? Then.
Oh, you see his face inside the end of the telescope.
Yeah. And he's an unhappy
and
ghost.
Claymore,
Yeah.
you watch anytime you see Claymore on there, he gives wonderful frightened performances.
Yes, he does. Yeah. And I think he faints again at one point as well. I've got that.
Oh, he runs downstairs and gets scared by the Martha, the maid.
That's right.
And he passes out.
So
gets another
jug of water.
As you say, gets another jug of water in the face.
And she says, "What's that noise?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just the wind in the chimney. That's all it is." But then,
it's not the wind. It's a ghost.
Yeah. And then Miss Muir says, "Look, all hands to the decks," and then we get a montage of cleaning.
Oh, a montage cleaning to whip the house into shape.
Yeah, I love a good montage. And I think a part of this is where Mrs. Muir actually gets covered in dust from the chimney. If you get ghostly dust.
Ghostly dust.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we get the painter arrives.
He does.
Painter Peavy arrives.
He does. He says, I won't work inside the house, only outside. That's it. Not this. What's it? Gull's Cottage or something it's called?
Gull's Cottage, yeah.
And she ups the money to $2.50. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, okay.
For that, he will brave it.
He will do it, yeah.
Mrs. Muir?
Hi.
I'm Peavy, the painter. Painter Peavy.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Painter.
Peavy. The price is $1.75 an hour. Is the work inside or outside?
It's inside.
Sorry, ma'am. I only work outside at Gull Cottage.
Oh, Mr. Peavy, you don't believe in ghosts, do you?
Might. Then again, might not.
How about $2 an hour?
Mighty funny sounds come out of that house.
$2.25?
Fellow once saw a bat come out of the chimney.
$2.50?
Man'd be a fool to listen to them old wives' tales.
And I think Jonathan tells the painter, well, he won't like the colour. So I like the colour, but he won't like the colour. And of course, he's talking about the ghost. And of course, the painter says, "Oh, there's no such thing." He suddenly got very brave. That $2.50 really made a difference because he said, "Oh,
yeah, I don't believe the ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost." But of course, the ghost is meddling with his paintbrush. Then, First, he turns it around in the bucket, so he grabs the brushy end, and then he actually paints him, doesn't he?
Yeah, it floats up and. He watches it paint him and paint his nose, and he freaks out and runs out.
Yeah, that's it. Then we get the power goes out, doesn't it, at night? And the captain hates electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity, yes. But she says, don't worry, it's an old house, that happens. I've put candles everywhere just in case. So she starts lighting all the candles. And then the little boy, he says, good night to his sister Candy. Good night, Mum. Good night, Captain Gregg.
And his sister's all upset because only the mother. Oh no, only Jonathan's seen him so far.
That's right, yeah. And the mother tells him, stop scaring your little sister. And then when she goes into the main bedroom, the candle blows out, doesn't it? I think. Does he blow it out or she blow it out? I can't remember.
The window opens up.
Oh, that's right. Yes, the window.
She goes to close it.
Yeah, and she confronts him. She must start believing because she says, "You must be a
show
cowardly,
yourself,
you coward." Only a cowardly ghost would not show himself. Then you hear the voice, "Light the candle."
Light it.
Light it. So she lights it, and he's there. Woo!
And there he is.
And she says about...
go ahead.
She says about Claymore, his relative. And he goes, he's no relative of mine. I keep trying to tell him that.
I'm the only son of an only son.
Yeah.
I never knew his grandmother.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I tell him that, he says, he passes out on me.
Yes, right, yeah. And she says, oh, don't you like women or something? And he says, it's impossible to like women. Impossible.
Love them? Yes. Like them? No.
Oh, impossible. It says,
she's like, go ahead.
But then he does compliment her slightly, saying that of all her sex, she seems to have more spunk.
Yeah.
What is it with you Americans and spunk? You spunk everything. What is it?
Spunky.
Yeah.
Spunky. But she's like, you must have been aggravating, and he's like, perhaps to women.
Yeah. And he goes about how they said that his death was suicide. Because he fell out the window or something, didn't he?
No, it was a southern gale, so he shut the windows, and he ended up he kicked the blasted heater with his blasted foot, and the gas came on, and he suffocated.
I thought he went out the window because the housekeeper said, he always had the windows open. He never shut them.
Oh, yeah, because the windows were shut. They were like, he must have killed himself because he always had them open.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this much for you. You haven't fainted.
Disappointed?
Now, don't go too far. I've been easy on you. That is because you said one or two intelligent things since you've been here. Damned unusual thing for one of your sex.
I take it you don't like women.
Well, it's impossible to like women. Love them, yes. Like them, no.
You must have been a very aggravating man.
Perhaps to women. I was never tied to an apron string, nor put by the fireplace like a pet poodle. Though, of course, many tried.
I suppose you had a girl in every port?
10, 20, half 100 if I wanted.
Well, what happened? Were you murdered by a jealous husband?
No, I kicked the blasted gas heater on with my blasted foot. There was a southwest gale blowing. I had to close my bedroom windows. The coroner's jury brought in a verdict of suicide because my confounded cleaning woman testified that I always slept with my windows open. How would she know how I slept? She was 110 with a wart on her nose.
Please don't yell.
Oh, the children can't hear me.
Now that we've moved in, I hope you'll be kind enough to do your haunting elsewhere.
Elsewhere? You do your living elsewhere. I've spent my life savings on this house. I meant it to be a home for retired seamen.
Well, then you should have put that in your will.
I didn't leave a will.
Why not?
Because I didn't mean to kick the blasted heater with my blasted foot.
Well, it's not my fault that you kicked the blasted heater with your blasted foot.
Blast is not a lady's word.
Blast! Blast! Blast!
She starts to cry, doesn't she? Because he says, there's not room in our house. It's my house for two of us. And she says, yeah, you know, I spent all my money to move here. I've got nothing now. And she starts to cry, and it always works on men, doesn't it? So.
Oh yeah, he says, "Belay that! I can't stand to see a woman cry."
You know, maybe you could stay one night, you know, or maybe on a trial basis. But then she instantly stops crying, doesn't she? She goes,
yeah, she's like, "Okay, good.
Good. Yeah.
When can you leave?"
Yeah, where can you go?
Me?
He doesn't even have to pack, so it should be all right.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know, what he says to her is that this is just an illusion. I'm not really here at all, you know.
Right.
He says, it's just an illusion, you can see me, or something, and you're the only one who can see me at the moment.
Yep.
But then she decides to pack, doesn't she? She packs up.
Yeah, she's like, we can't stay here together.
Yeah.
Either you go or we go. And he's like, well, I'm not going.
Yeah. And she goes, and she packs up. They all get in the car, but then he's in the house by himself, and he says, "It's a bit quiet."
Yeah. It's a bit quiet.
Too quiet.
So the kids are in the car, and they're like, "Oh, there goes Gull Cottage," and they're sad about it.
Yeah, because she says, "Oh, we won't find another house like this. Oh, there's plenty of houses like this. There's plenty of houses. There's other beaches." And John says, "What about the ghost? Oh, there's other ghosts." She goes, "Oh, stop that. But then suddenly, as they're driving along, something takes control of the wheel.
Takes control of the wheel and turns her around. Heads her back to Gull Cottage.
Yeah, and they're back at the house, but now the car won't start at all. And the phone's out.
So they have to go inside and call the mechanic.
Yeah.
Phone's out.
Has to stay there.
And then her luggage starts floating upstairs.
Yes, it does all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, why did you want us back? He said, I didn't want you back. It's nothing to do with me. It's just random that your car's come back.
Oh.
And he says, well, as this is our room, he goes, that's got to be creepy.
Like our room? Like, yeah, it was my room before it was yours.
Yeah. He goes, I'll keep watch on because he's got like a, what do you call it?
It's like a widow's walk or
yes, on
something
top,
up there.
on top of the house. He says, I'll keep watch up there.
Yeah.
He goes, if you really, really wanted to go, I couldn't stop you, he's saying. There's nothing I could do if you really wanted to go.
How dare you bring us back?
Oh, aren't you back again? I thought I'd got rid of the lot of you.
Why did you stop us?
Stop you? You're mistaken.
I insist that you spirit our things right back into the car.
I'm not surprised that you forced your way back in here. After all, it's a marvelous house.
With a marvelous ghost.
And you're in so deep. First and last month's rent, all that money wasted.
That is no concern of yours.
I admit the house is a bit run down, but it can be fixed. And it's ideal for the children.
You don't want us to leave, but you won't admit it.
You're afraid to stay, but you won't admit it. Well, I suppose since you're here, I might as well let you spend the night.
I don't need your permission. I have a lease.
Quite. Well, I'll keep watch on the bridge, right above our room.
And she's like, well, you stopped me this time.
Yes, but you didn't really want to go.
He's like, did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
And then while she's sleeping, he comes back into the room while she's asleep.
Comes back into her room.
Yeah.
Looks over while she's sleeping.
He goes, oh, there weren't women around like you 100 years ago. Someone who could be my match. You know, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I would have carried you off and showed you the world.
He goes, either you were born too late or I was born too early. He goes, but you won't remember any of this.
He's like, yeah, you can't have that advantage over me.
Yeah.
He says.
And
then I think that's it. Then he goes up and he's on top of the house.
That's it.
I never once allowed a woman on board my ship. But if I had known you 100 years ago, I would have carried you off to sea and shown you how beautiful the world can be. I'd have met my match in you. Lord knows I waited for you and hunted for you. How was I to know you hadn't even been born yet? So you won't remember any of this when you wake up, madam. You shan't have that advantage over me. How sad that you were not born in my time, nor I in yours.
And that was the first pilot episode.
That was pretty quick.
It was. They always are.
Well, even though I was talking about it, it's like, boom, we went right through that.
Yeah, we done it quicker than the episode. You don't need to watch it. Just listen. That's it. You get all the details, all the facts, all the comedy.
Oh, there we go.
No, I hadn't seen this. I'd not seen this before. No.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'd never watched this. I don't know if it came over to these shores or not. I don't think so.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I watched it as a kid and I loved it, but it's one of those weird things where there's some shows that you might watch as a kid, you remember seeing lots of them. Then you watch it as an adult and you're like, I remember this, but I can't remember a single episode.
No,
I don't know anything that's going on.
Now, obviously, I remembered the premise of it because I had seen the film. 1947, I think it was. Rex Harrison.
And Gene Tierney, yeah.
That's it, Gene Tierney, yes. I think didn't she win some award for the film? I don't know.
I think so.
I know that Hope Lang, who plays Mrs. Muir in this, she won 2 Emmys.
She won 2, yeah.
2. I mean, it's not as good as Barbara Brain winning 3 Emmys, but it's 2 Emmys is okay.
Never going to be as good as that.
No, never.
But I think Charles Nelson Riley, the Claymore, Gregg, he was nominated for 1. But yeah, she won 2 Emmys for it.
Yeah, for the same program in consecutive years, which is quite nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
that means it's a good show.
She's good in it, and she is good in it.
Yeah.
Now, according to my notes, this started on NBC for the first season, but then was cancelled. But ABC picked it up, so for the second season. And
I've seen all of the first season and like a quarter of the second season.
Yeah, apparently because it only had the 2 seasons, it was one of them shows with the lowest number of episodes to actually go into syndication.
Yeah, it's 50 episodes.
Yeah, and usually they don't bother syndicating anything unless they've got hundreds of episodes, do they?
Right, and that's of course how I watched it on syndication.
Yeah, so it's obviously had an audience for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what happened in the other episodes, apart from episode 2, because I did start to watch episode 2.
Well, all 50 episodes are on YouTube.
YouTube. I mean, if that's the way you choose to get it.
Yeah. Well,
As well as the Indian versions on YouTube as well. Don't forget.
Oh my God. I was sitting there. I watched like 15 minutes of that one, and I'm just waiting for like the captain to show up.
It doesn't, because I skipped ahead, but I couldn't find him because it's called Captain House.
Captain's House, yeah.
And it
said it was like a popular kids show, and I was like, really?
Yeah. But
I didn't see anything that kids would like.
But I think it was an illegal remake of this.
I thought you were just funning me, and then I was watching it, and I was like, I think this is real.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. Of all the remakes you find, you don't find an Indian version of the program you're watching.
But I do have, I don't know how much other trivia you've looked up about the, behind the scenes or the people there.
Not too much.
But the painting of Daniel Craig on the wall.
Yeah.
They have it on the wall, and it's Edward Mulhare's painting. And in the movie, it's Rex Harrison on the painting. And you would think that they'd make another painting with Edward Mulhare, but no, they gave him the painting, Eddie Martinez, or painter, they gave him the Rex Harrison painting, and they said paint over it. So he painted over that, I'd say it's an iconic movie painting, painted over it with Edward Mulhare's face.
Wow.
And so that's the original painting in the TV show. It's just got his face painted over it.
You think that would just be worth something by itself, wouldn't you? Not just get a blank canvas. They couldn't be that hard to find,
Yeah, well, he painted over the face. He could have painted just a whole portrait.
Yeah, just go down to the art supply, pick up a new canvas,
So if you're able to get that painting, you'd actually have
both paintings.
The two of them. You'd have the original.
Yeah, a bit of turpentine, that'd probably rub off right off.
Yeah.
I wonder where it is today.
I know where it is today.
Okay, you do? It's in your house.
Yeah.
I've seen your collection of stuff.
I wish. I should talk to one of my friends and be like, dude, you need to paint me this painting so I have a version of it.
Yeah.
But what was it? The painter that retouched it, touched it up, his wife went to try to buy it at a Fox auction. However, this businessman, Leland Ayres, went ahead and bought it, and he became the mayor of Burbank in California. He died in 2013, but supposedly the painting is still with the family.
Yeah, but he had it touched up to look like him as the ghost.
Yeah, so there you go.
So every time you see the picture of a sailor, that's the same painting, just touched up again. It just keeps going.
I was in a store like 2 months ago, and I saw this picture of a sea captain, and I was like, "Oh, I should get that," and I didn't. And the next day, it wasn't there.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Well, it looked more like Captain Cutler, or like one of the sea captains from Scooby Doo.
Oh, right.
So I was like, "Yeah, I should get that," but I didn't. I passed on it.
There's got to be another one out there somewhere.
I'll keep looking. I'll keep searching.
It'd be fun to have every painting of every Scooby-Doo villain, wouldn't it? As a proper portrait.
Yeah, I've argued for years that when the toys come out, they only usually have like 2 or 3 villains.
Yeah.
So Scooby-Doo, and they have the Scooby-Doos. They should come out with a character, a figure for every villain. You have like 100 or 200 of them.
Yeah. I think the market calls for a nice collector's edition.
Yeah, I'd collect them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have the original Scooby-Doo guys?
I do have the original game, yes.
Yeah.
I'd have the mansion as well. With all the But these figures are too big for the mansion. They have to duck when they go in the doorway. It's a travesty.
Yes.
But I did manage to buy the right size figures in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So,
nice.
Yeah. But I don't know what happens to them. But the big ones are really nice.
Yeah. So hey, you're over 200 episodes now.
Yes, that was 203.
Yeah, 203. You've done a couple more, but Paul's gone.
Yeah, good reasons. Good reasons.
Oh,
He was a heavy load to carry for so long. But yeah. So, as I said, it's dead to me now. I don't care about him anymore. I've deleted his number from my phone. You know, I've scratched him out.
Well, when you mentioned
pictures.
when you mentioned the number of episode, I had the slight urge to say season, but I did not.
No. Someone's already doing that. Yeah, I quickly stopped them.
Oh, good. I'm sure I would have got C, and you would have gone, no.
Yeah, I think that was from this very second episode we did. He started doing that season.
Yes. Because I've gone back, I've gone back and listening to every one.
Never go back.
Well, not you. It's okay for me, but you can't do it because
no.
you're too far along now.
Yeah.
You hear those earlier ones, and you're like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I couldn't.
For me, though, it was good.
I remember because we was in quite a big room and there was not much furniture, so it's really echoey and stuff. And
Oh, you weren't in the studio?
No, we didn't have the studio then.
Oh.
And hopefully next week I have a new studio. Oh.
Yeah, having some work done.
Yes, I've got some nice new mics now that I've been using.
Yeah, good stuff.
So they don't pick up every single sound in the universe.
Oh my gosh.
But the other mics, I did them for 200 episodes, more or less. They cost me like £5.99 in English pounds for two, not for just one, for two. They were a real bargain bucket.
Look at that. And I'm using my headphones and a phone.
Yeah.
And what does that cost me?
That's right.
I'm jerry-rigged up here to do this.
And that's all you need for podcasting.
That's all you need.
Don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds.
No.
Unless you want people to
at least
listen.
At least one of us does.
Yeah. Unless you want people to listen to you, then probably you do.
Yes.
But no, my new mics cost much more than that. They cost, I think it was £20 each. Oh. But they were on special offer, so.
That's good.
Then I brought the cheapest power boosters I could find. I thought, well, why are these ones so cheap? The other ones, good build era. Then they turned up and they're bright pink. They are so pink. They're the pinkest thing I have ever seen. but that doesn't matter.
Well, they'll certainly stand out.
Yeah, that doesn't matter for a podcast.
Oh yeah. So you guys had mentioned something on your last podcast, and so today I was like, you know what? I think I need to go and watch The Love Boat.
Oh, Love Boat, yeah.
And some other ones. I was like, I gotta delve in here and see find some of these pilots that I haven't heard you guys do yet.
Yeah, and Love Boat: The Next Wave.
I have never seen it.
No,
only heard of it.
No one has.
It was a small wave. It didn't last very long.
But it's on YouTube, so.
Yeah.
I think the next one me and Kevin will be doing will be Soap, the TV show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw the YouTube clip that you put up.
I did put up a clip.
And that was the first one on there. And I was like, oh,
and that
Soap. I haven't seen that in 30 years.
That should be the rough order they're going as well. I think that clip should be.
Oh.
Unless I think of something else in between, which I often do.
Cool. Yeah, there's a couple that I was thinking of that I didn't see on there, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
Yes, well, there's so many pilots to do.
There's so many. It's crazy.
I've got hundreds on the laptop alone, just waiting to come out, but then I forget I've got them. Because as I find one, I thought, I'll get that. Download that.
Right.
But then I forget I've got it. So
it's probable that anything that I come up with, you'd be like, I got it.
Got it, yeah. I did have the Ghost and Mrs Muir sitting on there.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
But actually,
well, I'm glad you held off until now.
But what link you sent me was at least a better quality than one I had, so that was good.
Yeah, it's a really good copy.
Very good. I thought
now that you've seen that, I should send you that extended version.
Yes, I'd like to see that now. Yeah. Of course, what we haven't done, we haven't scored it. If you had to score it out of 10, if you had to, and you do, what would you score it?
Well, see, I'm terrible at this because the shows that I do
You love.
with you like this one are ones I love.
Yeah.
So what's my scale?
1 to 10.
1 to 10? Are they stars? 1 to 10 stars? Or
Stars or whatever, moons, crescents,
moon?
wherever you want it.
All right.
It's an arbitrary
boy.
score because it doesn't really mean anything. It just means how much you enjoyed this pilot alone.
Oh, I was waiting. We're going to add these things up at the end of the season.
Well, I've done 200 and I've never added them up.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay. What about you? What do you think?
I think.
I could go first, but what do you think?
I think, judging when it came out, and the quality of just the pilot alone, I'd only seen a bit of the second episode. I was going to give it an 8. I was going to go in at 8 because I thought it was
sounds
well
perfectly
done.
reasonable.
Yeah, I think it's very well acted, very well done.
Yeah.
Devon from Knight Rider, what more could you ask for?
Yes.
Because that's the only thing I knew him from, Knight Rider.
Me too. Only Knight Rider. I know he's been in other things, and there's a couple things I was like, oh my god, really? So, but oh boy, anything that I like instantly, I want to give it a 10.
Yeah.
But everything can't be a 10, can it?
No, not really. I've given very few 10s out over the time.
I will give it. Actually, I will give it an 8 as well. That's a very reasonable score.
Yeah, we don't do 0.5s, so.
Oh gosh, that would be Captain's House.
Yes.
That's a 2.5, if that.
Oh, yeah, but 8's a pretty good score.
Oh yeah.
Very few programs will get a 10 from me because there's always something I think. Especially the pilots, they always can be a bit ropey, and people are finding their feats and their characters and stuff. So yeah, there is that.
Yeah, it's funny because there's sometimes where a pilot will come out and you'll be like, oh my god, that's incredible! I want to see the series, and then the series will come out and you're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Sometimes you're watching a TV show and you've never seen that pilot, but you like the show.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you see the pilot and you're like, oh.
Or you watch your pilot and think, that's my favourite character. Then the series, they're gone. Where's that person gone? They disappeared.
Yeah.
They completely changed the script.
That's not Captain Pike.
Yeah. Yeah. Captain April.
I don't know that one.
Well, thanks.
Well, we got. Go ahead.
Thanks for joining me for this impromptu.
I know. I was going to keep going, and I'm just going to keep going, and you're like, "No, Moose, come on, we got to stop now."
Well, look at the battery life of my PC.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's at 30%. We're okay. That's why I thought. Oh, it's good. The Ghost of Mrs Muir is quite short, so we should be able to get through it before my laptop gives up.
Yeah, that one flew by.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, no, it's a good watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a recommend.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it was this, and it's really weird because the second episode, there's a couple going to get married, and they break down on the way, and they stop at the house.
Oh, yeah, the couple, the lady there is Yvonne Craig.
That's
who's
right.
a fat girl.
Yeah, and of course they won't share a room together because they're not married yet.
Yes, and then there's a lot of good people that popped up on the show. You get Richard Dreyfuss is on there.
Yeah.
The 4th episode is all about Bill Bixby.
Oh,
he's on there.
Don't make him angry.
Yeah, that's a great one.
What was I watching the other day of Bill Bixby? Can't remember now. Because he pops
That's
up.
a magician.
No, I've never seen The Magician.
That's also on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I could never find a full pilot of that. Only bits and pieces.
I think I saw the whole first episode on there.
Oh right.
So you might have to check again.
Yeah, I will. Because sometimes they do disappear, reappear, disappear, reappear.
Yeah.
And of course, I love when we did Iron Man, and there's Scott Bakula. I didn't even know he was in this.
Never even heard of it. That thing popped up on your list, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah. I never knew anything about it.
I was sure that Scott Bakula's first performance ever was Quantum Leap.
Yes.
I'd never seen him before that.
No, I hadn't seen him, but maybe you had.
Hi.
So I think, yeah, so next time me and Paul, not Paul, God, I forget him. Me and Kevin will be doing soap.
Soap. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. We should wash up on that one, yeah. So.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to watch it so I can follow along on the podcast.
Yeah. That should have been episode 201 really, because I could have made a clean start with soap.
Wash it. Oh, poor Paul.
Who?
He's like, not poor me. I'm happy now.
Yeah, he's happy. He doesn't have to watch programs anymore. He'll miss it.
He'll listen to the show though, right?
No, he never listened. Not once. Did he?
Oh my gosh.
Not once.
He doesn't want to listen to himself, but now he can.
Yeah, he could now a bit, but he doesn't listen to podcasts. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just. And of course, he wouldn't be able to record this late because he'd be in bed by now. So.
Oh. Well, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and hopefully I can speak to you again on some pilot episodes or non-pilots.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah.
Because there was some fun stuff. I probably would have wanted to bring up some fun stuff with the people, but yeah, this was a quick one, so it's real quick.
Yeah.
And I don't think, maybe everybody doesn't want to hear all the minutia going on with the show.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay. I wanted to get through the episode just in case my battery decided to die on me, but it seems to be holding. It's going down very slowly, so it's not too bad.
You didn't know? Are you not familiar with Charles Nelson Riley?
No.
Really?
No.
He was really big in the 70s on game shows, and he had lots of plays and on Broadway and off Broadway. And there was a couple TV shows, like there was a animated. Well, it wasn't an animated show. It was a kids show called Lidsville, where he was the evil guy on that, the evil magician on that one. So I knew him from that and this.
Oh,
and
right.
Over 116. He was on 116 episodes of Johnny Carson.
Oh right, that's a lot.
Right, and he's hilarious. He's got Alec Baldwin does him sometimes on Saturday Night Live when he's on there. Now he only does Trump, but he would do Charles Nelson Riley because Charles, he'd be like, he has this funny way of laughing.
Yeah, probably if I did see him, I would say, oh yeah, I know him, but I didn't recognise him from this room.
Oh,
I mean, sometimes
absolutely.
There's a bit of cultural. But it doesn't add up.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you, on that YouTube clip you did, there's some shows on there. I was like, yeah,
you won't know
that. I'd be like, okay, that's an episode with Kevin. Yeah. That's an episode with Kevin. I don't know those.
Yes.
I didn't see Remington Steele pop on there.
No, I've never watched it.
I think that's another one where I've watched it a number of times, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think I remember. Maybe bits, pieces. There was one where they went into the Psycho house on Universal Studios.
Oh right.
And that was a good episode, but other than that, no.
It went on for a while though, didn't it?
I did like it. Yeah, during the shooting of Remington Steele, Pierce Brosnan got offered James Bond, and he wanted to do it, but the studio that was making Remington Steele was like, no, we won't let you out.
Yes, right, yeah. It's famous he claims, yeah.
Yeah. So he was rather upset. A lot of people were like, come on, and let Remington Steele do it. It'd be awesome.
He got his turn in the end.
Yes.
So I was thinking that another show I used to watch, must have been around the same time, was the Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
God, you know what? That again, There's so many of these shows now that I'm finding that I can't remember the any particular episodes, but I certainly did watch Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it's about or anything. I think he was like CIA. She was a housewife.
Yeah.
I have that feeling. Yep. It was like that.
I can't remember in the pilot how they justified that she was going to end up, a housewife was going to end up working with him.
I think it was Bruce Boxlight, who was,
yep.
Yeah. And yeah, obviously I watched that before I seen Babylon 5, so I know all. And I didn't recognise him. Tron must have come later, so I wouldn't know. Who's this guy?
No, Tron came earlier.
Oh, did it?
I think Tron came before. It came before all of that.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I ever saw Bruce.
But then he was in a lot of makeup, wasn't he, in Tron? With the hat and. Mm-hmm. I can't remember. Was he in the real world as well? He was, wasn't he? He was in the real world as well.
No. He was Ram. I think his name was Ram. He was only in the computer.
Oh right, I thought he was like a guy who worked outside the computer as well, and that was his.
You would think that he would do that. You program the game and you put likenesses of people around you, you know. So, and in a movie they would do that. Everybody inside the game would be somebody from his real life.
Yeah, that's.
But
right.
I don't think he was.
It's been a while since I've seen Tron. So.
It's been ages. I think I saw it when it came out, and that was it.
Yeah, it was 82, isn't it, Tron?
Yeah, I probably saw it in 84.
Yeah.
That's when we got our first VCR.
Yeah, I saw a Laserdisc.
Ooh. I've never owned a Laserdisc, but I do have like 4 Laserdiscs.
Yeah, they're nice. They're like albums, aren't they? You know, record albums. Yeah.
I want to watch them. I've got all 3 of the Star Wars movies, the original Star Wars movies.
Oh, very nice.
And Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom and Raiders and Ghostbusters.
And of course,
all on Laserdisc.
They're the original cut of Star Wars as well, aren't they? The proper.
Yes. So I need to buckle down and get on eBay or something.
Just find one that
or
works.
Amazon and get me a Laserdisc player.
They're still around.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, oh wait a minute, honey, I gotta go flip the disc over. Because don't you have to do that with Laserdisc?
I think sometimes you did, yeah. Yeah. I never owned one, but my friend, he rented one out, a Laserdisc player, and they used to rent the movies out as well. So.
Yeah, I haven't talked about that in forever. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, I gotta do that now. I gotta get that Laserdisc player.
You're looking on eBay as we speak.
Yeah. So I can watch the original Star Wars as it was done originally.
As it's supposed to be seen.
Yes. Everybody that shoots first is going to shoot first.
Yeah. You don't need big animals walking across the screen to block out.
I was watching that last week, and I was like, you know what? Enough, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Enough.
The thing is, because technology has moved on so much more now, it looks terrible, doesn't it? It doesn't look right. You look at Jurassic Park came out before. Yeah.
The special editions came out, and the T-Rex and the dinosaurs still look better than Jabba, in the hangar with Han Solo.
We have to walk over him. Oh, it's so awful.
You know what? I say all they had to do was alter Harrison's speech so he didn't say Jabba. He said something else. And that could have been like Jabba's, collector or somebody that just talks to Jabba.
Yeah,
but no, they're like, oh, no, Jabba. We'll call him Jabba and we'll do some crazy stuff with him.
Go walk over him. And,
walk over him and we'll... Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I want to like it.
Yeah.
But all the stuff that's untouched, but it's beautifully done in the special editions, just cleaned up and the colors and everything, look fantastic. It's just those awkward moments where like, what is that?
Why? We didn't need it.
That big animal is there. The big Ronto is a big lizard animal that the Jawa's riding, and the Jawa falls off him and swinging around. And there's a guy walking by, and he doesn't notice it at all. And I'd be like, he would look.
Yeah, maybe it happens every day. Oh, not again.
Oh.
It's just me with these Jawas, isn't it? All the time. Me. Look at me. No, he's not buying it now.
Yeah.
It's a distraction while they pick pockets or something.
Yeah. I still like the special editions because they look so crisp and beautiful, but I just sort of glance over that stuff.
It's just they're easy to get hold of.
Yeah. At least I remember how it was originally done, so I'm still good.
Yes, I did.
This town is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs are being closed down. This place is coming like a ghost town. Bands won't play no more. Too much fighting on the dance floor.
Hoots, mon, there's a moose loose about this house.